How cute is this? This bed, like everything is super cute in here. It's so light, it's so fluffy, it's so cute, it's so pretty, so beautiful. As a mom and to my daughter, I just want to hold her and hug her and make sure that she always feels safe. And that's physically, mentally, emotionally. And whenever I wasn't there, I gave her a journal and a magic pen to be able to feel that I was with her and to tell me things that if she wanted to tell me, to communicate with her journal. We have to live out loud. We have to live in our truth. We have to utilize our creative power, unleash that creative power, and believe in yourself enough to say that, you know what, this might seem a little bit beyond. Somebody might say that it's crazy. There isn't anything that I believe in more than my truth. That's just something that I'm passionate about, so I'm going to continue to live in my truth. I'm going to highlight my truth in every way possible. We are living our truth. We have a bunch of journals, and journaling is something we believe in and that we actively do journal. If you're experiencing anything that is abusive, don't keep that in a journal. Talk to someone and speak up and speak out. I've experienced it myself. I was in an abusive environment. What stopped me from running away, from going to school and saying I'm never gonna go back home? I was going to school and going home. Where is the alarm that says, hey, this is not okay, let's not go back there? The only explanation that I can think of with myself is that when that is so normalized, it's just a normal thing. The alarm gets pressed. The alarm is buzzing and you just turn it off. It's like the car has the check engine light and just keep on driving anyways. It's just not okay. It's not okay, and I really feel for any child that is in an environment that they feel like they can't speak up or out. Even as adults, anybody can feel like that, and if they're in any kind of predicament that they don't want to be in. We can feel like that with the government. We can feel like that in marriages or relationships. For whatever reason, people stay in situations or circumstances and they don't get out when they should, and those don't really end well. So it's just necessary to have that internal alarm system, that the ability to recognize those red flags, etc. I think I did notice the red flags. I just wasn't sure what to do about it. Kind of similar to the situation I'm experiencing with my daughter with the gay boyfriend. I'm gonna always refer to him as gay. His dad is Dusty and his mom's a junkie and his grandma's a lonely old lady, spends her little money on her little grandson that's gay. He's gay. The only reason why I ever maintained respect for any of those people was in respect of my daughter. I was always respectful. I love whoever she loves. Now that I see them as in the way of her living her life, I see them as enemies. So I don't have any respect, any love, any appreciation, none of the good stuff. I don't have that for them. Very disheartening to see that they don't have the right to have that privilege and that honor of being a part of her life at all. They're all dismissing and ignoring my concerns. Although this is a very dark and heavy situation that I'm experiencing now, I have absolute belief in myself. I believe in my daughter, and I believe in our ability to persevere as we usually do with everything. At the same time, we're only human, so we really don't need to be enduring anything that we don't need to be enduring. We don't have to put ourselves through anything or accept anything that is unacceptable just for the sake of saying we can, because we don't have to. We have the right to be safe, to be secure with ourselves, to love ourselves, to be as happy as we want to be, to see the life that we want to be reflected in our life, and we don't need to endure any unnecessary stress or trauma just to be able to be as happy as we are really naturally, because happiness is an internal magic that we have, and I believe that's what carries the power with the pen and the paper. And every outlet that we utilize to unleash our creative power, it will always carry that significance that we have that comes from within. It's not from any place else other than from our minds, our spirits, our souls, etc. And journaling is great. I love journaling. I've been journaling all of my life. I've always had a journal, and now with the situation being so dark and heavy, I somehow find the time to continue to journal as an adult. It is therapeutic for me. It's a place that I believe holds creative power. And it literally is a matter of time. Everything that has been written actually reflect in life. I believe in myself. I believe in my daughter. I'm just saying that there are some things that we don't have to keep secret. And journaling doesn't even have to be a secret. It doesn't need to be a diary. Me and my daughter, we don't put everything all out on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. We're not completely transparent like that to just tell everybody everything. So I have all these ways to talk about it. I'm not going to wither away in all of this pain. So normalize living out loud, journaling out loud. And I think my daughter has always had her friends that she talks to. I think that they're all fake. I think they're all fake friends. I think that she deserves to have good friends, not people that she's created trauma bonds with that have kind of latched on or leeched on and then just won't let go. That's dead weight that she has to cut off. Like, she has to literally let them go. But I think that they've just been so much a part of her coping, just her ability to survive in situations that she was never intended to be in. The best way to survive a situation is to get out of it. Get out of it. The best way to defeat a lie is to live in your truth. I think if we're experiencing something traumatic, naturally we're gonna just be so thankful for whoever happened to be there and whoever kind of cried with us or gave us a shoulder to cry on. That's a trauma bond, and I think that will always somehow, some way keep somebody trapped in the trauma that they're supposed to be overcoming. She has to arrive at that realization on her own to expose them. And I'm not just like some miserable, lonely mother with some sort of hidden agenda. The false narrative about me is that I'm crazy. Like, I have no idea what makes them think that they have any clue of me and the mom that I am. I told them all I'm the mom that they will never have and they wish they had. So they can't interfere with mine and my daughter's relationship. The truth that I'm speaking isn't to offend anybody, and it's definitely not to offend my daughter. We're on the right side of life and the right side of truth. It's the truth. Think about victims in abusive situations. For whatever reason, they defend their situation, they defend the abuser, they protect the lie with their life, and it's so beyond. And I don't understand that. For me, in my experience, I never defended the abuser. I was stuck in a situation that I thought I couldn't get out of, but I never defended it. I never said, no, this is where I belong. Like, I literally was abused because I wanted to leave. And in the situation that I experienced with domestic violence, that things were confused. It was like I was reflecting the abuser. Now, in all of my clarity, I never wanted to be there. I never wanted to be in that situation. Anybody in their right mind would never want to be in that. But for whatever reason, in the midst of it all, it's like there's so much confusion. It just doesn't make any sense. But it's so common and it happens. There's so many cases. There's so many people that experience that. I have no idea, like, the psychology of it. I know that from my own experience, all I can say is this confusion. I have no idea what that was, but I never want to experience that ever again. And I'm very much more cautious about my life and my choices and my decisions. There might be something about me, like trying to basically censor myself, but I see myself, I see my truth. I also see how I'm trying to kind of not say this and say, like, I do that sometimes. But we have to be in our truth, just completely. Protect your truth. And stand up for what you believe in. I believe in prophetic journaling, listening to yourself, being connected with yourself, and communicating your thoughts and feelings effectively, and being straight with yourself, with the universe, if that's what you believe in, with God, if that's what you believe in. I just want to say again that if there's anything that anyone is experiencing, please never keep it in a journal. Please speak up and speak out. If you don't want to talk to me, please talk to someone that can do something about it. And that doesn't always mean your friends. They're not really being helpful if you need to get out of a situation that's abusive, if you're in a circumstances that is unsafe and is causing more insecurity than anything else. No need for anybody to suffer alone and to suffer quietly. That's just, I feel like that's so opposite of humanity. So again, do not keep anything in the journal that should be out loud. Journal out loud, live your truth out loud. Put all the lies to rest, dead in the dirt, in the past, beneath us. You can't help anybody if you can't help yourself. So keep yourself safe. Make sure that you put yourself first. And prioritizing yourself, prioritize your safety, prioritize your mental health, your physical health, your emotional well-being. Prioritize those things. The law was supposed to prioritize that. In the child welfare laws, emotional well-being and stability is essential to a child's development. I pushed that message as much as I possibly could in all of my motions, all of the petitions that I filed in the court. I have to process that with myself and with God, I guess. Don't suppress your truth. Don't suppress those feelings. Unleash your creative power. Recognize your boundaries from the boundaries that somebody else put around you, and put boundaries around them. Put the boundaries where the boundaries are supposed to be. I have recently reconnected with a mental health service provider. So on the topic of journaling, do continue to journal. Do continue to find time to do that if that's what you enjoy doing. This way it's supportive to you and it's beneficial to you in all the ways that you find it to be. Not because I told you or not because somebody else has suggested it. And a lot of mental health professionals do suggest journaling as a therapeutic outlet and just a way to kind of exercise yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, regulate yourself, etc. So journaling is really great, but if you need help, get help. If you need support, get support. Don't put that in a journal and put it away somewhere. I'm not a health professional. I'm just a human being. I'm just a mom. I'm just a woman. I'm just a lady. I'm just me. If you're in an unsafe, insecure, dangerous place, don't save that in a journal. If you don't have somebody to trust, share your experience in the comment section. This way everybody can kind of maybe share their suggestions. I'm saying journaling is great, but not if it's keeping you in an unsafe place. Journaling is really great, but not if it's protecting the predator. Don't protect the predator. Don't protect the abuser. Don't protect the person that's causing all the stress and the trauma, etc. Don't be quiet for anybody. Speak up and speak out. Tell your truth. Live your truth. Journal out loud. Don't internalize your personal journal if your personal journal means the diary that you should have shared with somebody. There's something really strange about abuse and why people that get abused, victims of abuse, for whatever reason, they don't get help. Somebody help, like go bang on somebody's door somewhere, like try to find help. When I was in school, there was another girl. She would just tell me all these abusive stories, and like we sat there during class just exchanging child abuse trauma stories. Why didn't we help each other? Go to the teacher, go to the counselor, go somewhere to somebody to try to get out of there. That girl went back to her abusive house and I went back to my abusive home, and it was the same thing over and over and over until I did tell somebody something, and then I went to foster care. It's like we're in this mental institution. Break through the invisible wall. Break the invisible chains. Liberate yourself. Get out of there. You deserve to be happy. You have to be happy. That's what God put us on this planet to do, is to be happy, make a difference, live our greatest life. To accept anything less than that is literally a sign of poor mental health, because there's no wall, there's no chain, and for whatever reason victims don't leave. Why is it so many years? I gotta get out of here. I recently published on my podcast to forgive and forget. I'm just not there yet. So I don't really understand that part of it. For some people, it's a minor inconvenience and they're raising hell. So for somebody to endure abuse for years, that's strong. First of all, you're strong as hell, but that's also not necessary. I hope everybody understands that there's some things that we don't need to hide in a journal anywhere.